Hello, dear students. I am Samir Velankar. I welcome all of you to this first video on data structures. From this video onwards, we will be learning various data structures, but the introduction initially. First of all, what do you mean by data structure? These two words, data and structure, what does it mean? See, the definition is very easy. What you say is a data structure is the arrangement of data. The arrangement of data is called data structure. Arrangement of data in memory is called data structure. So just check the definition I have written. Data structure is defined as organization of the data stored in memory. That is, method in which the data is organized in the memory is called data structure. Now, basically, my favorite question to the students of third semester computer science when I teach this subject data structure in the first lecture is that why do you use computers? Such a simple question, isn't it? What is the use of computers? Well, by the way, the answer to this question is computers are used for storing data. Period. Full stop. Now I get variety of answers. Computers are used for writing programs. No, not really. Why do you write programs? You write programs because there is data in the stored in the computer and you want to process that data. So what is more important, program or data? Please try to understand data is more important because the data exists, we write programs for processing the data. So this is such an important subject for any computer science student or IT student is that the first lesson the student should understand and know is how to store data in computer memory. This is the very first lesson. The core of engineering, computer science revolves around the data. So throughout this subject data structure, we are going to address only one question. The question is how to store data. Well, each time I will start a new video and I will start the video by saying, let us store data. Let us store data. Maybe in first video, I will store data in a linked list. In the second video, I will store data in a binary tree. Or in third video, I will store data in a multi-way tree. All these words which I took, linked list, array, multi-way tree, binary tree, are nothing but data structures. In short, any arrangement, anything which stores data is called data structure. Well, there are various methods to store data in the memory, and each method has advantages and disadvantages. Now, let's see how many methods are there. In short, we will see, not in detail, but what are the various methods. Now, when I say what are the various methods, actually, I am discussing what are the various data structures. So, what are the various data structures? Let's come to the point. Now, array is a data structure actually. Check, because array is arrangement of data. What does array do? Array stores data sequentially, isn't it? 0th location, first location, second location. And array always has fixed size. Whenever you start writing the program using arrays, you declare array with some size, let's say 100, or array will have size 200, and that array will continue to have that size throughout the program. By the way, insert and delete operations on arrays are time consuming. We will learn that in the next video when we compare linked list and arrays. All right, so array is a data structure, isn't it? Anything which stores data is called data structure. Anything which has an arrangement is called data structure. So array is a data structure. The second data structure is linked list. Now, linked list also stores data sequentially. Basically, what is linked list is it is list of node structures such that every node stores some data and every node has a pointer to the next node. Let's assume that we want to store simple data. The data we want to store is 10, 20, 30, 40. Assume that we have been given some data The data is 10, 20, 30, 40. Simple. Now what we can do is we can store this data in an array, make a simple array and store 4 values in the array: 10, followed by 20, followed by 30, followed by 40, stored at 0, 1, 2, 3. The another way is that you can store this 10, 20, 30, 40 in a linked list. You create a node structure in the memory, some structure you create which can accommodate data and will have a pointer called next. Now there will be another node somewhere in the memory which will store data 20 and will also have next. So every node that we allocate in the memory will have data and next pointer, data and next pointer. Now the next pointer of 10, this first node's next will point to the second node's next will point to the third node's next will point to the fourth node, and fourth node's next will be null because it can't point anywhere. So the pointer will be null. Null means empty pointer. It is not pointing anywhere. Now notice the diagram I have drawn is a diagram of linked list. So in a simple sense, what is linked list? It is list of nodes. Yes, it is list of 10, 20, 30, 40. It is list of nodes such that nodes are connected using pointers. They are linked using pointers, isn't it? That's why it is known as linked list. By the way, you just check, linked list also stores data sequentially. Just as array 10 after 10, 20, after 20, 30, and so on. So linked list also stores data linearly or sequentially. There are some advantages of storing data in a linked list instead of arrays, but there are some disadvantages also. So sometimes, it is better to store data in an array, sometimes it is better to store data in a linked list. We will address this question, what are advantages and disadvantages, in the next video. But that's what is a linked list. Now the next data structure is called trees. Now data in a tree is stored in non-sequential manner. That means each data can be associated with more than one data. Now what I mean by this? To understand this, just check the linked list again drawn above. See that 10 is associated only with 20 through the next pointer. But 10 is not associated with any other data, isn't it? Or let's see, 20 is associated with only one data, that is 30, that is next data. So every data in a linked list is associated with only one data, whereas in tree, one data value may be associated with more than one data value. So it will be a non-linear structure. We are not going in detail about this. We have got a full stretch chapter, very big chapter, called binary trees and multi-way trees. There are two types of trees that we are going to learn: binary tree and multi-way tree. This will be really enlightening. This is a very interesting data structure. Now the fourth type of data structure is graph data structure. Now graph is also going to store data in non-sequential manner, like trees is non-sequential, isn't it? So what do you know is, in graph, data will be stored in such a way that each data may be associated or linked to more than one data. As an example, I have drawn a graph here. Now graph is basically collection of vertices and edges. Now this one drawn in a circle, or two drawn in a circle, or three drawn in a circle are vertices. So there are 5 vertices in this graph, and every line connecting these vertices, like 1 and 3 is connected, 1 and 2 is connected, is known as an edge. So basically graph is collection of vertices and edges. You can easily find how this 1 is associated with 2 and 3, isn't it? And how this 2 is associated with 3, 4, 5 and 1. So single data is associated with multiple datas. So that's why graph can be known as non-sequential or non-linear method of storing the data. In general, data structures can be categorized as linear and non-linear. Examples of linear are array and linked list, as they store data linearly one after the other. Whereas non-linear examples are trees, like multi-way trees and binary trees and graphs, because they store data in non-linear or non-sequential manner. We will now advance to our second video in which we will do comparison of array and linked list. We will first try to understand properly what is linked list. I assume you know what is array, so I am not discussing in depth about array data structure, but we will start discussing what is a linked list, types of linked list, and then we will do comparison of array and linked list. Thank you very much.